I'm Tony Scott. What happened to Michael Brown on Saturday, August 9th forever changed Ferguson, Missouri. It forever changed his family's life, his friend's life, and most importantly, it ended Michael Brown's life. Michael won't be hanging with his friends anymore. He won't get to be on social media anymore. He won't finish college. He didn't even get a chance to start college. He won't get to have the career he decided on. He won't meet the girl of his dreams. He won't have children of his own. He won't ever hear his own child say to him, "I love you, Daddy." He won't see his children graduate. He won't walk a daughter down the aisle. He won't hear Lil Wayne's new CD or see what new technology will take the world by storm. He gets nothing. He won't have a retirement. He just gets to get murdered. The Ferguson police have done such a disservice to the citizens of Ferguson for years. And yeah, it's been going on in other communities. I acknowledge the fact that justice can be slow, but ever since Michael Brown was killed by a Ferguson cop, Ferguson police have been trying to kill him again. Last week, I talked to a lot of people along West Florissant and Ferguson, both on and off the record. What you're about to see are some of those conversations. I asked the same question a few times because I wanted different perspectives. And I asked different questions too. Some just expressed themselves. I asked them all, what does this destroyed Quick Trip mean to you?
This Quick Trip, which I'm sure you've been inside before, probably left a few dollars here with a bottle of water or some ice cream or a lottery ticket or whatever. Now you see it in the condition that it's in. What does that mean to you? Because someone actually told me earlier that this had to happen.
I feel the exact same way.
How so?
Because if it didn't happen, we would still be going unnoticed. Nobody would see this. Like I was just about to say, it's been countless of other Mike Browns here in St. Louis for years. So for this to happen, this was the only way that we could bring attention to the fact that all the other Mike Browns that have died, not just this Mike Brown, but all the rest of the Mike Browns that have died before him, now y'all get to see the picture. Now y'all see the people's frustration. Now y'all understand how we feel enough. We're so mad that we would burn up our own things just because we not reaching through to y'all.
Is this now a symbol for you?
It is, and it should be a symbol for everybody.
How so?
I mean, it symbolizes a volcano. It bubbles, 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 and then it erupts. It erupted.
What does this mean to you, what you're seeing behind it, this burn-up Quick Trip?
This Quick Trip basically to me means that it's anger, frustration, the people just reacting out of their emotions and from the incident that happened with the Mike Brown case.
How about you? What does this mean to you?
I feel like it's a reflection of anger.
You look at this behind you, this Quick Trip that was burned down and looted. What does this symbolize for you?
I understand the anger and the frustration, but I don't get the action of what took place at this business. I understand, like I said, I understand it, and I do get it, but I don't get the action that took place here. I'm not for that.
This behind you, the Quick Trip that was burned down. When you look at it, and I know you've probably been in here and you know bought a bottle of water or some lottery tickets or something.
Yeah.
And now you see it. What goes through your mind?
I feel like it had to be done. It's sad, but I feel like we wouldn't get this recognition if it hadn't been done. That's how I feel.
So this had to be done in order for the rest of this to proceed.
Yes, I feel like it is. We've been ignored long enough. I mean, they tell us to file reports. The same police that we file places that we file reports with are with the police. So they laugh at us. There's no justice, and we got worldwide attention from this. So, and now everyone sees what's going on.
A young man named Michael explained the looters.
I wasn't participating with the looters, but I'll just say I know people, you know what I'm saying? And they was out here doing their thing, but at the same time, it wasn't because they was just animals, you know what I'm saying?
You're talking about the looters or the protesters?
The looters and the protesters. Like, we're not like that. I just want to get this straight because people are bunching us together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But the looters and the protesters were two different groups of people, were they not?
Yeah, but I mean, we're all from the same community.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying they were from two different mindsets that night.
True. You're right about that.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because the mindset of the looters was out of pure anger and frustration from being fed up. And people are not really getting the picture of that because they are the real people who are getting harassed on a daily by these people, by the police. The same people they probably selling drugs to get by just to make money for their kids and for their families and just trying to support themselves. These are the people that people are calling monkeys, coons, opportunists, all this stuff, but they don't know the backstory behind all of these people. Now, I'm not justifying that because I feel like I don't condone that at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was foolish. And
so you're saying it's not an excuse, but it's a reason?
Yes, I'm definitely saying that. It is a reason.
I asked some if they've ever been harassed by the police.
Yes, I've been harassed many times by the police. It's been times I've been told in the mall, well, I can't sit right here. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes me feel as I'm not treated as equal as anybody else in this citizen. I don't care if it's white, black, Chinese, whatever. We're not treated equally, and we're just tired of it. And this ride, we had to show smoke where there's fire. It's been brewing for a long time, and we tired of it.
What has years of police harassment done to your self-esteem?
It kills our self-esteem. It hurts us. It shows that we can't get out playing sports or any kind of recreation. Don't get me wrong. It's some of us brothers and sisters who out there doing our thing, and I commend them. But it's some of those who get trapped in our environment where we want to do better, but they won't show us better. We don't have enough programs for our younger youth, for our older adults. If you look at it, we're punished way more harder than any other race. And it hurts. It hurts as a black man just to see this and let it stand. And we tired.
A woman I talked to just lost her own brother to a police shooting. She has no answers.
So I'm talking to Kimberly, and Kimberly, who is this? Who is Boss Hogg?
Boss Hogg is Christopher Maurice Jones Sr. He is my brother.
And it says R.I.P. Boss Hogg. What happened to your brother?
He was killed by Pine Line Police Department on July the 5th, 2014, about a month and 10 days ago. And we haven't heard anything from the arresting officers. We haven't heard anything any further with the investigation. And I'm out here protesting about Mike Brown because my brother is a Mike Brown, you know, and he's been killed unarmed. He was unarmed and killed by Pine Line, which is maybe 3 miles away from here, and we haven't heard anything. So what are we expected to do? Go on with the rest of our lives, you know? Right. So it's a problem. This is a problem, and I need and
you want answers?
Yeah, I want answers.
Final question: do you think this police officer will get away with killing Michael Brown?
No, I don't think he's going to get away with it.
How about you?
They cover so much stuff up, so they're probably going to blame somebody else, or I think he will get away with it.
In your heart of hearts, if you're being honest with yourself, do you think he's going to get away with murder?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people are angry.
I think so too. As I look around here, like I said, it's my first day here. I look around here and I see all this, and I'm overwhelmed. And I see not only black people, I see white people, I see Hispanic people. I mean, I see a melting pot of people that are just for right.
Let me ask you this question before I let you go, man. Do you think, in your heart of hearts, man, do you think this police officer is going to get away with murder?
If we don't stand for something, he will. But if we all keep standing up like how we are, and we bring more people to the situation, I don't think he could get away with that because it'll be impossible to ignore. But it's up to us.
A few notes about some key people in this tragedy. First, Mayor James Knowles. There are basically two types of local government. One is when the mayor is involved in governing the city. He appoints, he fires, he has a say in basically everything. The other is where the mayor's position is really ceremonial. Ribbon cutting, festivals, basically a cheerleader for a city. And I'm going to guess that Mayor James Knowles is in the second column. We really haven't heard much from him, and there seems to be no reason to hear much from him. To Colonel Tom Jackson, police chief of Ferguson, this happened on your watch. You've been in law enforcement over 30 years, the last 4 as Ferguson's police chief, and you don't even live in Ferguson. Too many black folks there for you, huh? You are clearly overwhelmed with the one crisis that will define your law enforcement career. Your bias was masked when you handed over the investigation to St. Louis County Police, at least to some. To release a videotape showing Michael Brown allegedly committed a strong-arm robbery at a convenience store on the same day you released the name of the officer that shot Michael Brown was insensitive. It was appalling. It reeks of covering for your own and was a deliberate action to further inflame a community. Michael Brown's family asked to see the videotape before you released it, and you didn't even respond. The FBI told you it would be a huge mistake to release the tape, and you did it anyway in an obvious attempt to sway opinion. So much for handing the investigation over, huh? You didn't even tell Captain Ronald Johnson, who took over crowd control operations, that you were going to release the tape. It's time to retire, Chief. St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer, you should get the department out of the investigation. The community doesn't trust you or the department, so your investigation means nothing. The action shown to protesters with assault weapons pointed at them and just the sheer show of brute force was further evidence that your one and only mission was to keep your foot on the neck of African Americans in St. Louis County and to show who's boss. St. Louis County Attorney Robert McCullough, you like the camera too much to do your job. Sound bites excite you. Your own sound bites get you off. Any case that involves police misconduct, you should have the decency to recuse yourself from. We all know your father was a former police officer killed in the line of duty. May he rest in peace. But you need to step aside. Governor Jay Nixon, you did the right thing putting Captain Ron Johnson in charge of security operations for Ferguson. It takes a mindset of a certain caliber to understand the community. Captain Johnson fits the bill. But Governor, stop. Stop with the hemming and hawing and answer the people of Ferguson. You're talking, but you're not saying anything. St. Louis City Alderman Antonio French, you, sir, are amazing. Goldie Taylor and Liz Brown, your perspectives are needed. Keep it coming. To the reporters on the ground, stay on your grind. To news directors of local and national stations and networks, stop showing the same footage that paints a community in a negative light. You show it over and over again. Stop it. You're shaping opinions by doing this, and you know you are, and it's wrong. Leaders and clergy, we need more of you in the street. Protesters, let's not lose focus. I've smelled weed there. I've seen twerking there. Sometimes it seems more like a block party than a protest. Let's all remember why this is going on. It's because Michael Brown was murdered. Let's not let him down. The world is watching. Michael Brown is watching.
My son is 3. And I fear for him as a man growing up. I brought him and my younger brothers to the vigil and explained. And the very question my 3-year-old asked me was, Mommy, well, why did the police shoot him? Baby, we don't know. We will probably never know.
That's what you told him?
That's what I told him.
What do you think? What do you feel about what you're seeing?
I'm speechless. I'm overwhelmed. I really am. I'm so much emotion, so many words can come out right now. My heart is full.
The guy that was with Mike Brown, he says the police officer told them to get the F out of the street.
Right.
So is it about the approach?
Yeah, it's definitely about the approach. Because if they would come to, if they would come to us better like human beings, then it wouldn't be a confrontation. But it's like they want a confrontation.
Talk down to you.
Yes, and they make a simple routine stop and it turns into a big ordeal because how they talk to us.
I have mixed feelings because I'm actually happy to see my people out here standing up for a cause that's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm mad and I'm sad.
Why are you mad?
Because I mean, it didn't have to take all of this to happen for us to be noticed.
And you said you were sad. Why are you sad?
I mean, I'm sad because you know the death of Mike Brown. Like it didn't take for him to die. It shouldn't have to take for our kids to keep getting killed for this to finally be the message that we're not going to stand for this anymore.